Hello students, today we are going to start with the new chapter models. In this chapter we are going to look into auxiliaries. Auxiliaries, as we all know, are of two types: primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries means the be verbs, have verbs and do verbs, okay? And in modal auxiliaries it is shall, should, will, would, might, may, all these kinds of words. So now we'll be only be looking into primary auxiliaries. Auxiliaries are also called helping verbs. Auxiliaries are also called helping verbs. Like here the be verbs means am, is, are, was, were. And like the have verb means have, has and had. Do verbs means do, does and did. Be, have and do are primary auxiliaries. They change their form according to the number and person of the subject. We have written a letter. Like for example, if you see, you will use with have with we. When there is more than one, you will use have, and has you will use with singular. So like for example, this we have written a letter, he has written a letter. So here we is the subject, have is the primary auxiliary, written is the main verb, and a letter is an object. Again here s, like he is a subject, has is a primary auxiliary, written is the main verb, and a letter is an object. Moving on to modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries do not change their form according to the number and the person to the of the subject. They do not change their form according to the number and person of the subject. They are always followed by the present form of the verb. They are followed by the present form of the verb. They do not change according to the number and the person of the subject. He should obey the elders. So he is the subject, should is the modal auxiliary, obey is the verb, and the elders the object. They should obey the elders. Again, they, even with they you can use should, and even with he you can use, with singular and plural both you can use should. So it's not specific that only with a particular thing you have to use. Modal auxiliaries express mood of the main verb in the sentence. What do they express? The mood of the main verb in the sentence. Moving on to into detail of uses of primary auxiliary. Now where will you use this primary auxiliaries? Use of be, is, am, are, was, were. Okay, so in this we are going to see the use of is, am, are, was, were. Primary auxiliaries like is, am, are and was, were are used to denote the continuous tense of the main verb. Now for if I say this can work as a primary verb as well as a main verb. This am, is and are can also work as a main verb. Like if you say I am 50 kilos. So I am 50 kilos means here there is no action, so here am becomes the main verb. Okay, so this can be used as a action also, a main verb also, and a helping verb also, but here it will be as a helping verb only. So these are used to denote the continuous tense of the main verb in the sentence. The fighter jets were flying in a formation on a Republic Day. So the fighter jets is the subject, were is the were is the primary auxiliary here. The dog is barking at the random stranger. So dog is the subject, is the primary auxiliary. I am trying to solve the calculus problem. I am trying. Am. Again, am is the helping verb here. So here this works as a helping verb because as you see here there is a action word next to the helping verb. So it is helping it to make more sense to the sentence. I am trying to solve the calculus problems. I, subject. Am is a helping verb. Trying is a action verb. Mr. Ranjit was expressing his thoughts on new age warfare tactics. So Mr. Ranjit is the subject over here. Was is again the auxiliary verb. As you can see, helping verb. Expressing is an action. So this is making a more sense to it. Brandon and her friends were playing lead character in the drama. So Brandon and her friends, so this is the subject, and are playing. Are is again the helping verb and playing is the action verb. So I hope this is clear. Now we'll move on to use of has, have and had. Has, have and had are used to express perfect tense of the verb. Okay, have, has and had are used to express the perfect tense form of the verb. They have waited quite long for the rover to land safely. Have and waited, third form of the verb. The new camera update has improved the quality of the pictures taken in low light. Again here has. The electricity had already gone when I reached home. Had already gone. So it is showing the perfect tense form of the verb, means when the action is perfectly done and completed. So at that time we will use have, has and had. Moving on to use of do, does and did. The primary auxiliary do, does and did are used to express negative and interrogative forms of a sentence in a indefinite tense, that is present or past. The doctors do not prescribe any patient to diagnose the disease themselves. Okay, so the doctor do not prescribe. Do here, do not, it's used in the negative or interrogative form, either in a question form of a sentence or in a negative or interrogative form of a sentence. But the form of a sentence in indefinite tense, means the simple tense. So here we have used do. My father does not allow me to go out at night. So even this is a negative sentence. Even this is the negative sentence, but you use does. Do I have your attention, students? Do, this is a positive but interrogative sentence. Here you have used do with I. Does the car honk perfectly? Does means, here you have used does. I did not tell him to go home. Did, here you have used did. So this shows the past and present tense of the use of in past and present tense. So you must always remember that does is used for he, she, it, this, that and singular nouns in a sentence, and do is used for I, we, they, these, those and plural nouns in a sentence. I hope this much is clear with you. Moving on to the uses of modal auxiliaries, this topic we will be doing in our next session, but before that I would like you all to revise all of this and make a note of it in your notebook. In case if you have any queries, you all can contact me. Thank you.